But where is Bob Jenkins? Bob Jenkins is being honored by the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. There he is on the start-finish line, and he will be waving the green flag to kick off today's 1-hour final Carb Day practice. Bob more saluting than waving, but he has one more opportunity to wave as they do come by. And congratulations, Bob. Very well deserved.
It certainly is.
Yes, for him to be recognized. And today is warm. Now, you talk about leak checks. A few of the cars may stay on the track, but Bob is going to get the opportunity now to wave. We had the Bob salute. There you go. All right, congratulations, Bob, waving that ceremonial flag. And I love the way the drivers kind of swooped over, giving that little rush of air to say thank you, Bob, for your service.
And that's where Pat Vadan used to wave the green flag from before they moved him across the street and up in the tower.
Great moment, and as you mentioned, Wally, the cars will be heading on to pit road because every car has a new engine, and this is the leak check portion. This is why you just kind of do a slow pace lap, come back, and they look for anything that, any of the fittings, something that might be leaking at speed. A few of the cars taking more than one lap. I think that was probably to honor Bob.
The city of Indianapolis, well, it's hot and humid and hazy today, and quite honestly, there's not much going on. It's kind of quiet in downtown Indianapolis, but not so about 5 miles to the west at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, where they've been lining up as far as cars and spectators since early this morning, all getting in for what is the second most attended event during the month of May here in Indianapolis. Carb Day, the final practice period, the Freedom 100 Firestone Indy Lights race, and later the pit stop competition. And the cars are on the track for the final practice before race day, and that was about the coolest thing I ever did. Waving the green flag.
That was great. Nice job. Now, your first one, though, was like a salute, though. We were expecting like the full-on waving, but you kind of were saluting.
Well,
what's that?
Yeah, I was taking my cue from one of the IMS people down there. And
let's take a replay.
He didn't officially
this was second time.
Wave. Yeah. So I was just, I guess, so nervous.
Look at that! Fancy over the head, behind the back. Nice.
Well, probably could have been a little more excited, but I was excited and nervous, I'll tell you that.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you. Marco Andretti is on the racetrack. What a month for Marco. He starts his 7th Indianapolis 500 on Sunday from the 4th position. Just a total turnaround for the entire Andretti Autosport team from last year.
And earlier today, we had a really cool moment. Bob Jenkins got to wave the green flag to start practice. And I'll tell you something, I think other than driving a race car around here, that might have been about as cool as it gets, Bobby.
You're absolutely right, and the biggest thrill was driving A.J. Foyt's car, a 1961 winner, around the track a few years ago. That was a big thrill, but so was today, waving the green flag, thanks to Jeff Belskis and everybody at the Speedway for allowing me to do that. Well, here comes the announcement that I've thought a lot about in the past few months. This will be my final year doing television motorsports. Not the final month, because I'm going to go all the way through the season to the final race at Fontana, but then I'm going to call it quits. Lots of reasons for that. My wife's health is not good. Plus, it just feels right because I've been at this business for 34 years. My very first time on network television was on NBC, believe it or not, in March of 1979 at Phoenix International Raceway. I hope to continue to do some public address work here at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, but as far as television and motorsports is concerned, this will be my final year. I have had a great time doing this for 34 years, met a lot of wonderful people, worked with a lot of wonderful guys and girls, and all I can say right now to them and to you, the race fan, thank you. Back to wrap up in a moment. Back at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, and let me say just one more thing about my retirement. I chose to do it here because of what this place means to me and what it has since I was growing up. Now let's go to Marty.
Well, Mr. Jenkins, let me just first off say it's an honor to work with you, and certainly looking forward to the rest of the year with you. But now we focus our attention on the Indy 500 and who might win this race. And I think actually the fastest car will not win the race. I think the fastest car is going to belong to Ryan Honorary or Marco Andretti or James Hinchcliffe. But I think experience is going to be a huge factor. It's going to be hot on Sunday. Knowing adjustments to make on pit road and knowing what adjustments to make in the car will be very critical. And I think racing in the final 100 laps of this race, that's going to be critical. And I think the guy who's going to be able to do that best, Helio Castroneves. He knows his way around this racetrack. He knows how to make adjustments in the car. I think the heat's going to throw a little bit of a curveball at some of these young guys. I think Helio will know how to make those adjustments and know how to get his car in the right way. And my pick is so popular, I can get it out. Kevin Lee, I believe you have the same pick, don't you?
Yeah, here we are in the same garage. I share your opinion. I waffle a bit. I think there are a lot of contenders. I think the Andrettis are going to be strong. I won't be surprised if one of the Ganassis, Dixon, or Franchitti, or even a Graham Rahal can win this race, but experience matters here. Helio has won as many times as the other 32 drivers combined. He has 3, the rest 3, so my pick is Helio Castroneves. Robin?
Well, I defer to Townsend Bell, who's in this race. Who are you picking, kid, besides yourself?
Listen, when you strap yourself in a 230-mile-an-hour F-16 with wheels on it, you're betting on yourself. And I'm betting on myself in this race. And I'm also going to be taking a huge inspiration from my teammate last year, Dan Weldon, who was a small team that did big things on race day. I'll be thinking about him a lot and doing everything I can to replicate what he did last year.
All right, Mario, we're taking Marco Andretti.
Okay. Remember choosing last week favorites, so I'll let you two go first. Who's going to win, Wally?
Well, I'm going to stick with what my pick was, Ryan Honorary. But more importantly, yeah, I've had the privilege of, I have 2 guys I really respect in this business, and I've had the privilege to work with both of them. One of them, Benny Parsons, and one yourself,
wow,
Bob.
Thank
so
you. That's
it's been a fun couple years, and I can't wait till the rest of the year. We're going to have a lot of fun.
Thank you.
And I second that, Bob. You know, I've been your personal driver this whole time, and there's going to be a void with me not driving you to the racetrack. But boy, you have brightened our job in the booth. Thank you, Bob.
Thank you. Who are you picking for the race?
Same as the other guy. They stole it. You know, Kevin and Marty stole. I said Helio Castroneves. They heard that last weekend,
Exactly.
and they
do
jumped
that
on
all
board.
the time.
They jumped on board and they took it all. But he'll be good.
All right, I'm going to go with Will Power, by the way.
There you go.
And you'll recall last year I was the only one in the team and in the whole world, I think, that picked Dan Weldon to win. And I did.
You're the man, Bob.
But as we say, as long as it's a safe race, I don't care who wins. Coming up next, IndyCar 36 featuring Graham Rahal. Join us in 2 weeks, Saturday, June 9th at 8 o'clock Eastern for the Firestone 550 from Texas Motor Speedway. For more information on the Eyes on IndyCar series, log on to NBCSports.com. For the entire NBC group, I'm Bob Jenkins. Thanks for watching.